You ever wonder why? That on every restart there will be a crash on lap 1, or to be more specifically, on turn 1. This is true on every kind of racing, but the racing part that I want to talk about is sim racing. The first thing that contributes to crashing in races in every sim racing game that I've known is either be technical factor, psychological factor, poor RACECRAFT, and all of it stem from one problem, which is an ego. Now in 2026, there are a couple sim racing games with different tire physics, but there is one thing that is same on every sim called tires. To me, cold tire is like cold food. In order to enjoy the food, you need to warm it up and finally eat it to your heart's content. Well, the same logic actually applies to cold tires. In order to get a perfect lap, the tires must be warm enough so that it doesn't behave like ice on the first lap and crash into someone in the first corner. Now that's a big no, right? But this doesn't happen often if the race does a rolling start, which let driver to warm up the tire before the race even start. Unless the driver let ego control them and they wanted to win no matter what. One thing to consider is maybe the brake bias was incorrect on the driver end. Like the driver may fail to adjust the brake bias forward for the first few laps because they wanted to fix the cold tire oversteer, which ultimately leads to spin under heavy braking. Now, for the most technical issue that every sim racing game has with online races is, yes, our number one enemy, the NETCODE lag. It literally ruins my races every time and everyone, including the pros like Max Verstappen.
Who is this guy going on the grass fast, man?
Oh my.
Well, sometimes if the NETCODE is decided to be naughty for the race, it will cause a ghost accident. Like when you're racing for position and it's nearing a corner, you get crashed by someone ruining your race. But when you look into the replay, no one crashed into you or was in close contact. I would like to call it a ghost contact or the ghost accident. Well, the second reason on why crashes is bound to happen on turn 1 is psychological factors like adrenaline rush, for example. Whenever you are hyped to race in a car or a series that you like, there's a 100% chance that you're gonna ruin it. And if it's not you, then someone is. Well, I know that feeling well because I am that person. But not every time, only sometimes, but not every race. That's just plain horrible if it is. But for me, when adrenaline and nervous mix in together, it will cause your heart racing, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy. Oh shit.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Loss aversion is also the main culprit sometimes. Like, when a driver is in a top 3 qualifying in every race start, they might be really nervous on losing the position because getting in top 3 is basically winning the race and get a chance to stand on the podium. Because of that, they will do anything to stay and defend the position, leading them to forget how to drive a car correctly in a race, losing focus, missing the brake marker and make some beginner mistake on turn 1 or on a single corner or every type of corner. That kind of mindset gives birth to this one mentality that every single rookie driver had, which is, or what I thought which is win it in turn 1 mentality. The name itself explains it all, that races are won in the first corner. While that is true in some cases, but no 100%. Well, I am one of the drivers with that kind of mentality before, but it's only acceptable by the top 5 driver in the grid of the race, not in the middle of the grid or even the last of the grid. And since I rarely get the top 5 in qualifying, I changed my mindset into surviving lap 1 and race clean, which does contribute to me chasing a position, give pressure to driver ahead of me, and overtakes them for me to punish their mistake. And lastly, the final reason on why crashes is inevitable on turn 1 or every race is just poor racecraft and decision making, or just straight up ego. So, what make a poor racecraft? It's doing a 3Y in a corner, then blame the other driver, and when you can actually just stay behind and wait for the better opportunity. Sometimes it's also in the form of forcing overtaking, which might work, but it is a risky maneuver, unless the driver ahead has made a mistake for you to capitalize on. But the number one culprit every driver commit that I know is following a car a little bit too close, like really close. Whenever you are closing in car like 1 second or 1.2 second on straight and there's a corner ahead, sometimes the car ahead just stop way too early, causing a chain reaction to every car behind. So whoever survives that crash will have a massive advantage on the time gap. But for the victim, yeah, let's just hope the cars or your car is able to grab and finish the race. So overall, a racing driver, either a reality driver or a sim racer, will crash either on turn 1, lap 1, or even the middle or the last lap of the race. We learned that cold tire is really slippery if not worn properly, or the bad NETCODE, the number one enemy of our race, will lag the entire race. That even a wheel-to-wheel is highly impossible without contact or crash. Sometimes, it could be the driver is getting some adrenaline rush or nervous before and during the race, which may affect the focus or mentality of the driver. Crashing in race also happen if the driver is doing some dangerous maneuver, like forcing overtake in a corner or following a car too close like we said before. And the only way to avoid it all is letting go of ego and be patient to finish a race safely. Because to win a race is to finish a race.